The 5th Monster Hunter Wilds trailer was awesome, full of ferocious monsters, a unique and creative map, and what we've all been waiting for, the demo release date. I've already uploaded my reaction and discussions we had on a live stream for the showcase, but today we're going deeper into the details, going over the monsters, the new map, and the demo date with my plans on the live streams that will be happening for the demo, and lastly some speculation at the end on what may be coming to Wilds, so you'll want to watch to the end to see that. I hope you're as hyped as I am because I cannot wait to get my hands to the demo next week, which I'll be live for throughout the week, starting on Tuesday the 29th, 10 to 3 AM GMT, so I hope to see you there. But enough preamble, let's get into the video. It starts off with a beautiful overhead pan of the new map, the Oilwell Basin, which we'll see more of later. And here I noticed more than ever how large our group will get throughout the game. It really does feel like a wandering caravan troop. One cool thing with this game having more of a focus on story and the NPCs is when you're playing solo, bringing them as support hunters will really make it feel as if you're traveling and battling through these harsh lands together. That's really going to be an awesome experience for solo hunters. And here we get our first look on this new tribe who have settled into the Oilwell Basin, and they call this place Azuz, the Everforge. And I gotta say, sexy mama, you're looking mighty fine over there, like goddamn. Anyway, the Everforge seems to be a massive furnace in the town of Azuz. What are they making here? Who knows, but maybe it could be tied to an ancient weapon. We then get more shots of the villagers, and Gemma calls a little girl a firebrand. What does that mean? Not sure for now, but perhaps it's some type of title they give to smithies around here. I wonder if there'll be special upgrades to weapons once you reach here, considering how tight the smithing this place is. If this game did have interesting upgrades as you go town to town, it will really add to the experience of the game progression. And then we get into the main map itself, and as you can see, steam is gushing from this fumer roll. I wonder if steam will impact what happens in this map, and will it play into the game mechanics for our hunter? For example, will there be a moment where things get too foggy during the Inclemency phase and that we'll be unable to see our surroundings? Similar to how smoke bombs used to work in the past. I suppose we have to wait and see on that one though. Here we can notice 2 new monsters. They're not listed on the website, so we don't really know much about them. This small one over here kinda looks like a salamander or a newt of some kind. And the other which looks like a raptor monster with a fat ass head. Later on in the video, they comment on the 2 new monsters that have been added and how they've been changed to adapt to the environments around them. I've got a feeling that many monsters in this area have gone through an evolutionary process to adapt to the conditions here. We then see hundreds of bats, and I wonder if they're interactable or not. Like, can you kill them or carve them, or would they just be there moving around? I wonder about that. We then see them purposely show the hunter grabbing an item, and as he uses it, some type of liquid comes out and he gets buffed with a blue aura. I'm not quite sure what this would be, but perhaps it has something to do with helping against the environment itself. But what do you all think? Let me know down in the comments down below. Now this view is awesome. It really encapsulates the scale of this map. As you can see, massive pipes in the wall, oozing tar and oil. Out of all the places we've seen so far, I'm most interested in the history behind this map. What on earth could have happened here to lead to all this? As the hunter's moving, you can see vents blowing out air. I'm wondering if these will be used to hover and glide to higher points in the map. So far we haven't seen much of the mantles in this game. One of my favourite mantles in World was the gliding mantle. Do you think we'll get it back in this game? And then finally, we see a new monster. And it's the most bizarre brute insect. What the hell am I even looking at? Monster, like this is crazy. Ugly oil mosquito monster thingy. And he seems to be manipulating the oil like crazy. And his name is Rompopolo. What a weird name. Fitting for a monster looking like this. And it seems this is the monster for the armor that the hammer hunter was using in the weapons overview. On the website, we get this small sentence on him. A brute wyvern that inhabits areas of deep oil silt. So yeah, not much to really go on. Some of the moves he has really reminds me of Sunbreak and how explosive some of those monsters can be. It seems like in this game, monsters aren't going to hold any punches when it comes to the range of their attacks. When moving towards the hunter, I noticed some type of gas coming from its mouth. What effect the gas gives is unclear to me, but the fact we have this monster in the game makes me quite confident that we're finally getting Gogmazios back. But we'll leave that for the end when we talk about the speculation. In this next scene, we see this monster stick his tail into the ground and doing... Yeah, I don't really want to know what he's doing to the tar. But basically, he's creating multiple explosions all around the area. For some of those people who didn't like AoE and Sunbreak, I'm sorry to break it to you, because it definitely seems like it's here to stay. It also means when fighting in teams, everyone has to be careful of what's going on, and not just the person the monster's focusing on. so it seems like Rompopolo will mostly be found in areas of oil. And I bet he likes to go crazy on a daily basis. Man, this guy's a freak. And then after that, we get another monster jumping in, what seems to be a turf war, and Rompopolo's getting the life squeezed out of him. And I'm not surprised. I mean, have you looked at this guy? He's definitely been hitting the gym, like, my god, look at those biceps. He really reminds me of Ajarakan and Bishaten. And also the tail reminds me of Zenoga too. And the menacing feeling I'm getting from his face also reminds me of Magnumalo. What a blend of creatures this guy is. His name is Ajarakan. There's not much information on him yet, but on the website this is what we got. A fan base characterized by his flame-like protrusions that cover his back. So yeah, not much going on here, but we'll focus on the gameplay and see what we can get from him in game. Similar to Bishaten, he seems very acrobatic, hanging on metal pipes and using them to swing himself along them. That also reminds me of Kachawaka, a beautiful monkey monster for Monster Hunter 4U. He was an early game monster who can also climb on branches and trees. And next we see him flame on. He gets enraged and he's engulfed in flames, ready to strike down the hunter, moving straight into a clash attack against the charge blade user. Damn, this monster looks super aggressive, like holy crap. Later on, they mentioned that Ajarakan is a red hot fan beast that is highly active during the Firespring. I'm guessing the Firespring is the Inclemency phase of this map, which we'll talk about in a bit. Next, we get a nice view of the village and the villagers as they light up the Everforge. For what purpose? It's hard to say for now. Next, we get to see Sex and Mama again.
We beckon the Firespring with our own hands.
Ooh-wee! I beckon you join me in my own type of spring. Damn it, I gotta keep focused. Anyway, we get a shot where things start to heat up. Does this mean the Firespring is linked to when they turn on and off the forge? That would be a bit weird, but maybe there's more to it. I guess we'll just have to find out in game. But things are looking hot, and imagine in this phase, you want some type of heat resistance to help keep yourself safe in these conditions. And then next we see two Ajarakans this time, and they're attacking each other, which is nice to see multiple of the same monsters in the same map again. We see this massive environmental trap being used on the oil bug, but this one seems to be man-made machinery. How long has it been here, and who built it? I suppose if it's man-made, it's not really environmental anymore now, is it? And next we get this awesome shot of the Lance Mount finisher, which is an updated Skyward Frost from Sunbreak. And once again, moves like this don't really feel grounded to me. It does seem like they're adding in a lot more flair into Wilds than they have in previous mainline games, which, if you know me, I'm all for it. And then next we get the scene where the furnace seems to be overheating and blowing up, and our hunter doesn't really seem to care that much. I guess he has other things on his mind. I'm curious, when they say they never wanted this to happen, what do they mean? They seemingly use the forge often, so if you never meant this to happen, then you probably would like not use it, right? There's probably a lot more to this when you get the full context, so we'll leave it at that for now. And then next we see a tentacle moving around the Everforge, and when it reveals itself, it is truly terrifying. What the hell is this thing? It seems to be able to turn itself on fire when enraged, and the flames on its body look amazing. The shots in this map look a lot cleaner and more vibrant than they ever have before in any of the other trailers for Wilds. I am truly impressed. It shoots out a barrage of flame, and it seems to constantly being blocked by the hunter. Is this an ongoing move with more than one hitbox? That is rare to see in Monster Hunter. Most moves after they've been blocked, any other particle effect no longer is able to hit you. But with this, it seems like every bit of the way you will need to be blocking. That also means that iframing out of this move will be impossible. As soon as your iframes run out, you instantly get hit. This is pretty damn interesting, and I can't wait to see how it works. Talking about iframing, why don't you help me iframe my way to the top of the algorithm and drop a like, subscribe, and drop down a comment about what you love most about the trailer. Any bit of support is a big help for me. I try to put as much effort as I can into these videos, and I want to keep on doing it for everyone to enjoy. And yes, even you longsword mains out there, we're all brothers in arms at the end of the day. Anyway, let's get back to the monster grabbing a hunter without asking for consent. HR will not be happy about this. And then we get a close-up and you can see it's got a big blue eye. Looks pretty mysterious. And then it's named the Black Flame, aka Amaterasu. I had no idea that Naruto and Monster Hunter were in the same canon universe. Although, it does make sense considering Monster Hunter Rise. Chimera is probably close to the Hidden Leaf Village. But yeah, our hunter's getting cooked alive with a flurry of flames. What a crazy beast. And that brings us to the end of the trailer. And looking at the website, we legit get no information on this guy. All it says is known to the people of Azuz as the Black Flame. It reigns as the apex predator of this region. It doesn't even say what type of monster this is. The closest thing it looks like to me, and others in the livestream chat were saying the same, is Nakakos. Nakakos is an elder dragon from Monster Hunter Generations, a monster with a similar feeling when it comes to tentacles. There's a lot I want to talk about when it comes to Palicos and this monster, but we have to do that in another video next week or maybe the week after, so stay tuned for that. As for the Black Flame, we don't know what type of monster it is. I don't see a body type it could really fit into. The closest, I guess, maybe Snake Riven or Leviathan, but I really doubt it. That's just a stretch for me to try to fit into category. It's possible it could just be an Elder Dragon, or maybe Capcom's adding in a new type of monster. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But there's definitely a good reason why they've left out what type of monster it is, right? I mean, as we've seen with the other two monsters, it explicitly states what type of monster it is. But for this one, it doesn't. The only other monster that hasn't been listed on the type of monster it is on the website is Arc-Veiled. Those are two monsters we need to keep a close eye on, guys. But as that wraps up the trailer, we can finally talk about the demo. Finally, it's here on all platforms. Although it has early access for PS5 users with PS Plus. It's kind of lame they have early access. I mean, it's launching on all systems. It should be available all at once, but it's just how business goes, and I guess Capcom's got a deal with Sony, so yeah, put that money to good use, Capcom. That's all I ask. I don't have a PS5, but my friend does. So he's going to come over and we're going to play Monster Hunter on the 29th, 3 AM for a while. So it'll be good to have some of you guys here with me. And later on in the evening, we'll also have more sessions and throughout the week too. To join the Discord, follow me in X, Blue Sky, and I'll update you on my schedule for those things in the next couple of days. Links to those will be in the description down below of this video. And as I was saying, I want to play with as many of you as possible, so please come along and join the fun. But next, let's talk about the content that's going to be in this beta demo. We have character creation, story trial, and a Doshaguma hunt. But before we continue, what the hell was up with this music? It feels like I'm in a sci-fi museum or something. Character creation is looking very clean, and with good variety of options. My subs while watching the stream were particularly interested in muscle mass and definition features, hoping to either build a Mega Chad Mel, or as they were saying in the chat, a muscle mummy MILF? Damn, I didn't know you guys were wild like that, but to each their own, I guess. The character and the Palicos that you create will carry on to the full game, which is an awesome addition. Next, the story trial. So it seems they've actually included the starting story quests into the demo. In this, you'll be hunting the overgrown frog, Chachacabra. I'm looking forward to fighting him. The fact here, the pointing out transitions between cutscenes and gameplay makes it seem as if it's going to be a big factor in this game. As soon as you see a big ass monster in front of you in a cutscene, you better be ready to hunt it fully straight off the bat. In both this and the Doshaguma hunt, you can play multiplayer or with support hunters, which is great. And it also has crossplay enabled. What an awesome time to be alive. Next is your Alma at the quest counter with a couple of options on the top left of the screen. It seems you'll be able to take on optional quests at any time. Next, lobby member quests, which I imagine are just quests from fellow lobby members. But the one I'm not too sure about is link member quests. We had a debate on the live stream, and I think Lady Aurora hit the nail on the head. It's probably a feature where it links you to other hunters who are trying to fight the same target as you are. But let me know down below what you think about that, or if you have any other ideas what it could be. And then lastly, we have SOS flare quests, which will be quests from hunters who need help. They then go into settings, which has some interesting options here. It was confirmed 16-player hubs are back, but we still don't know how they work. But at least as you can see here, you can only take a max of 4 people on a quest. You can decide how SOSs work here as well, if they were called support hunters or real hunters, which is nice. And then all the way to the bottom, you'll see they've actually added a platform block. So if you really think that PS5 is the master race, you can keep it locked down to only your fellow Sony ponies and ride Jim Ryan all the way to his bank. For me, I want to keep it open. I want to play with people from all over the place, so no restrictions here. One thing I'm worried about is hackers. Hacking on PC is bigger than on console, so please don't do that. If you're going to do that, at least keep it offline. We don't need John 2.0 popping up in lobbies across the world. More of that in mid-November. And carrying on what they did in Rise, you'll be able to bring your Palicos with you on quests, even if there's a party of 3 or 4, which is awesome. Palicos should remain as a big addition to your gameplay. Hopefully things don't get too chaotic though, and the game is balanced well enough for it around multiplayer. And that's pretty much it from the showcase, guys, but let's talk a bit about Gogmazios. Now, Gogmazios, I'm excited for. I think he could come back. I remember a while ago I did a video on a potential rumor. I don't normally do videos on rumors, but there was a rumor that a large type of Godzilla type monsters coming into the game, and that kind of reminded me of Gogmazios. Now, Gogmazios is kind of like a Godzilla monster. He's like a monster with tar dripping from his body. There's some really cool mechanics with explosions and so on. It's a really nice like siege type of hunting monster for you, and it was a lot of fun with this type of setting with the Oilwell Basin. It just makes a lot of sense for him to be in this type of map. He would really fit into the aesthetic, and he's been missing for a long time. People have been wanting him back for a while. I do want to talk more about Gogmazios in another video in the future. I was going to say I wish I had my Monster Hunter 4 on DS, but I think I still do have my DS actually. So I might actually try that out to see if it would work, so I can show you Gogmazios. The only thing is I don't know how I would record that, but I want to do that. That might be fun. But that's enough talking about speculation. Let's get into wrapping up this video. So I heard there was a rumor that Gammoth was going to be in the game, and there was supposed to be a large roar at the end of the trailer. And well, I didn't hear anything like that, so it's seeming like it was a fake rumor. But myself, yeah, I would love her to come back, and maybe we'll do a video on Gammoth another week. Probably the week after the demo wraps up, because there's a lot of stuff I want to do for the demo. So I can't wait to do it, and I'll see you guys there. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked what you saw today, subscribe, drop a like, comment down below what you'd like to see and what you liked from this trailer and from the video itself. And yeah, come jump in some of the streams. I got Iceborne this weekend on Sunday. We have Wilds next week. All throughout the week, I want to play with you guys. We still play Rise, we still play GU. Come to any of the streams. It's going to be great to see you guys there, and I can't wait to have fun playing Monster Hunter Wilds by myself, with my real life friends, and with my subs in the chat. So yeah, guys, it's been good, and I hope you have a good weekend. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.